All right, folks, pack your bags. Pikachu EX is blasting off. This card really, I thought it was going to go down after release, but it's done nothing but gone up. It is currently selling multiple sales today, over $400, upwards of $500 in most cases here. These are like high 400s. I mean, the last couple days you were seeing it went from like 300 to 350 at release to 400. Now it's 450, 490, 489 on multiple. There's one that sold for 325, which whoever has that listed is probably just not paying attention to prices because this is a $500 card now. So it will be interesting to see where some of these eBay auctions end. My guess originally was because I don't think people are paying $3,000 for this card. I could be wrong, but that seems too overpriced to me. My guess originally for this card at when it was around 300 to 350, I was thinking that the PSA 10 would finish around 1,000 to 1,300 ish, maybe a little bit more than that. But I think now we're probably approaching, I don't know, 1,500 or more for PSA 10 in this possibly. So it will be very interesting to see where some of these end. I think the bigger question at this point becomes, as some of these other cards start to drop down in value, we've seen essentially all the other SIRs. Latias has probably only dropped like 15, $20, but the Hydreigon, Milotic, they've all dropped 10, 15, $20 as well. I don't want to, again, I'm not trying to cause FOMO and say that this set is going to shoot up, even though I just posted a video saying it was probably going to be a $200 box, just like many other YouTubers have been saying. But when you see this Pikachu moving this high, guys, and Twilight Masquerade, you have a $300, $310 Greninja, and the set is $170 a box. This card is now the most expensive card in Scarlet and Violet era by far. Like it's literally 1.5 times the price of the Greninja pretty much now. And so once that PSA 10 price sort of starts to settle in, I know we'll see more of the supply hit the market, but the pull rates by TCG Player just got posted. Let me pull it up. An estimate, or this data collected over 8,000 packs being opened. Any SIR is about 1 in 87 packs for that ratio, or for that number of packs, that data pool, that sample size. Specific XIR is 1 out of 960. If I am not mistaken, I think that might actually be the hardest pull rates we've seen for Scarlet and Violet thus far, which when we're seeing the Pikachu shoot up like this, guys, I don't think I think that not too much more supply is going to hit the market. Yes, we'll probably see 100, 200, 300 more of these Pikachus, but if people are paying this at release, even if this card drops back down to 300, 350, it really doesn't matter at this point. I think it's going to affect the box price really a lot. Even when a lot of these other lesser singles start to drop a little bit, I just think this set has so much more going for it than something like Twilight Masquerade. It felt like it was shorter printed. I don't think it actually was, but maybe the initial demand and the normal print run just doesn't align, based on how much Pokemon has been pumping out. And so when this next reprint comes for them, it could be potentially scary with how hard that hits. But I actually do not mind, again, picking up boxes if you can find them in that 120 to 150 price range. Once you start getting past 160, 170, I would be a little bit more cautious, but it feels like that this box is sort of destined to hold its value or even possibly go up so long as this Pikachu continues to skyrocket. So I just wanted to report on this because I feel like probably everyone's paying attention to this set right now, right? Like, this is the newest set. This is the biggest chase card right now in Scarlet and Violet. But it is surprising me with how comfortable people are paying $500 for this card. It's like kind of ridiculous. It is what it would make it the most expensive card after the Umbreon, I think, in modern Pokemon. Again, don't quote me on that, but I'm just thinking like the Giratina, the Gengar, VMAX Alt Arts from Sword and Shield. Those are like 350, 380, 390, I think. And so I think this card actually right now is probably the next highest raw card after Umbreon VMAX for modern Pokemon. I could be wrong. Again, don't quote me on that. All I'm trying to say is that the hype is definitely building up for this set right now. There are some that are just getting picked off like cherries, man. There's so many sales. Like you can see these are all, today's the 10th. These are all on the 10th. So anything that's sort of near that $400 price range and even higher than that is just getting gobbled up. Like there's so many sales that I'm kind of shocked. But I always thought it was a good looking card. I didn't think it was the best, but so many people were not a fan of this card. And so to see it kind of spike up like this, 38% since release is honestly kind of awesome. I like seeing things kind of go against the grain, surprise people. It just kind of proves time and time again that just because you don't like the artwork on something doesn't necessarily mean it can't do well on the marketplace. And so it'll be very interesting to see where these PSA 10s settle out. Again, my original estimate was sort of in that 1 to 1.3K range, and now I'm sort of revising that into 1,500 plus possibly. This card is really, really, I think, shocking the community and just about everyone. So I don't know if it's due to the pull rates. I don't know if it's just due to the demand of the set, but it will be interesting to continue to monitor this card and this set, especially since we don't have another main set for a couple months from now. I think, this is all people are going to be riding off of for the next few months. And so if they don't reprint a lot of packs or a lot of booster boxes of this set by that time, I really am a little bit fearful of what's going to happen to the box price for this set. So we'll see. But anyways, I just wanted to keep it short and sweet, relatively speaking, and pump up anyone who holds a Pikachu. Congrats. I don't know if I'd be selling or not at this point. I'd probably be sending it to Grade Express at this point, but congrats to anyone who has one. I know I was saying that I would pick them up if they dropped to 200 to 220, and man, did they just go the other direction. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor this in the future, but it's pretty shocking, I guess, with this market right now, just how quickly cards can move like this, and especially if the pull rates are that hard. Just, there's really not, it doesn't take that much. It takes a lot of money, but it doesn't take that many people with a lot of money, I think, to move these cards. There's probably some people buying. I know people were buying them out at 350. I saw someone picking up like 15, 20 copies, but at 400, 500, they're still getting bought. It's pretty wild. And yeah, we'll just continue to monitor it. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about the Pikachu. Is it still way too overhyped? Would you pay $400 or $500 for this card? And what do you think the PSA 10 price will be? Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.